What we're seeing with Dominion, I'm not in the business of wishing ill. I think that suit probably settles. I am shocked they've let it go as far as they have, especially when they're obviously worried about what they're disclosing, as we saw the judge pointing out today. They got caught doing what they always do. And aren't you surprised that they're playing at going to trial? These people are going to have to testify.
A little bit.
That I just had. Are you really going to put your anchor in the chair with a trained litigator who is going to rip them to shreds?
Okay, let me make a few points about this. Jury selection starts tomorrow, first testimony on Monday. Rupert Murdoch will be called very quickly, and a good lawyer will not make him look good. There's no doubt about it. So you would think that Rupert Murdoch, who calls the shots, would try to settle. So now I believe that Dominion didn't want to settle, that Dominion believes it's going to win its case, and on top of the $1.6 billion it's asking, the jury of regular folks will give it punitive damages as well, which could lift it up to $2 billion. Now, a federal judge will bust that down, but it's a catastrophe for the Fox News channel. There's no doubt. No cameras in a courtroom that's a benefit to Fox. Because if you had the camera on and these attorneys are cutting these people to pieces, but it's a downside because now literally every organization, news organization covering the trial wants Fox to lose 100%. So that the American people are going to get filtered.
But shouldn't you lose, whatever that means, if you are saying one thing to each other and another thing to your audience?
Well, I don't know if hypocrisy is worth $1.6 billion. The problem here is this. The jury is not going to go into First Amendment and how it was conceived. The standard is reckless disregard for the truth.
Right.
I think that Dominion is going to be able to show that.
It's not easy.
I think. I could be wrong.
It's not easy because what their pushback will be is how they defended Carlson once before, which is, well, these are opinions. These aren't supposed to be taken as propositions of
Opinions
fact.
are okay.
I know.
See, opinions are fine, even if they're erroneous.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with an American believing that the election of 2020 was a fraud.
Right.
You hold that opinion, you are constitutionally entitled to it.
Right.
You can't say it's a fact. You can't say it's a fact. But with all of this depositions establishing that the principal people at Fox News knew the allegations of fraud were false, yet allowed it anyway with no counter. All they had to do was put on a counter.
Well, it's right there. We don't want to antagonize.
Murdoch
said we don't want to antagonize Trump any further. Everything's at stake. I mean, I just think that the conversation, I don't think it's really going to hurt Fox as much as you do. Money, whatever. But the people who watch it, I think in large part will, because they just want the confirmation. They just want to feel good about how they already feel.
Here's the thing. That's true. Their core audience will stay with them no matter what happens. But they've lost the younger audience, the 25 to 54 audience. They're gone. And they have been gone for about 5 months now, evaporated. So out of the 3.5 million that watched the Trump-Carlson interview last night, 450,000 were in that demo.
Right.
I mean, that's a catastrophe. I used to do 1 million 25 to 54s when I was on The Factor. And so the younger people, the discretionary audience, the people that might tune in occasionally, that's where they're going to lose, not in their hardcore viewers.
Yep. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.